I could freestyle and preach about it and go off top of the head, but today I bought my notes so I could resurrect the dead. You feel me? Flat Archie 5000 up in here once again. So, greetings and blessings to my navigators of the 7 seas. I am your locksmith, your symbologist, and metaphysical tour guide, Flat Archie 5000, and I'm back with another one as we navigate through the land of Pineal. Today we're going to unlock your Solomon's Temple to decode the infamous and timeless entity known as Hiram Abiff, the grand architect, master builder of Solomon's Temple. So as always, strap on your helmet and buckle up your spacesuit because we're on a mental voyage and we're about to take off before the walls of Jericho come tumbling down. In the tradition of entering Solomon's Temple, we must use a meditative master key to help us stay on the path of enlightenment. It is these divine words that have a literal, allegorical, and metaphysical message attached to them when understood in its proper context. So, today we give honors and respect to the master builder, astronomer, naturalist, inventor, farmer, architect, Benjamin Banneker, who once said, "Freedom is not a gift bestowed upon us by other men, but a right that belongs to us by God and nature." Let me say that one more time because it felt so good to hear the truth. Freedom is not a gift bestowed upon us by other men, but a right that belongs to us by God and nature. Go on, meditate on that, and click your heels 3 times for Benjamin Banneker and his contributions to Washington, D.C., while I ring this bell of enlightenment for that powerful meditative key of wisdom as you enter the corridors of Solomon's Temple. So let's get started, shall we? No time to waste. Let me first start off by saying that the true master grip and riddle of the Master Mason architectural framework towards outlining and building Solomon's Temple is coded in the affirmation of the words, "I am." For it is the I am that awakens the God within self. It is the scepter of power held by Pharaoh. It is the rod of Moses. It is also the carpenter tools of Jesus. It is the apple in the Garden of Eden, and it is the master key of self-discovery. You are Solomon's Temple. You are Lazarus laying dead for 4 days and resurrecting. You are, in essence, the Alpha and Omega that we read about. So when we speak about allegorical stories, such as Hiram Abiff and King Solomon, and all the other metaphorical entities in all of the spiritual texts, we are in essence making reference to the I am principle. In this temple, we are not caught up on literal translations that are designed to get us stuck in the realm of fables, fairy tales, and biblical myths during antediluvian and Exodus periods. Now, unlike the religious fanatics, let's not focus so much on the messenger or the day and time where the message was delivered. Let us zoom in on the actual message that has been given to us by the messenger. Because the literal interpretation of these stories are for children to shape and mold their moral compass. But the allegorical and esoteric interpretation is for the coming of age adult to complete their rites of passage in order to make a transformation into the realm of masterminds. You dig? So let us ring the bell of enlightenment for that key all within itself. We ring bells over here because when we hear words that are powerful, that's going to take us to the next level, give us that mental shift, that transformation, we got to give honors and respect. So, Thus, I, Flat Archie 5000, will deliver the story of Hiram Abiff like it has never been told before, in a way where you can actually understand it. We're going to dive deep into this entity that the Freemasons speak about, known as Hiram Abiff. And we're going to put it in its proper context. You see? So, but when we put it in its proper context, we're going to put it in the story form. Because, you know, we all grew up looking at stories and reading books and things of that nature. So I'm going to deliver it to you in a way where you can digest it, understand it. You know what I'm saying? And be able to implement the principles in your life. So, like I said, in the story form, we're going to start it off like a Cinderella story, I guess. Once upon a time, in a land filled with ancient wisdom, there lived a remarkable artisan named Hiram Abiff. Hiram possessed an innate connection to the divine and had a special gift for building and creating beautiful structures. In this land, knowledge and spirituality were intertwined. And Hiram's craftsmanship symbolized the ancestral wisdom that had been passed down through generations. He understood that his creations were not just physical structures, but embodiments of divine principle and cosmic energies. Hiram Abiff's journey was more than simply constructing buildings. It was a quest for spiritual elevation and the awakening of his true potential. As a mastermind, Hiram faced unique challenges and obstacles in a society that often undervalued his abilities and sought to limit his potential. So when King Solomon approached Hiram Abiff with his ambitious plan to construct a temple dedicated to the God of Israel, Hiram was intrigued by the opportunity to work on such a grand project. He recognized the honor and prestige associated with constructing the temple for the great King Solomon. Hiram agreed to lend his expertise and skills to the king's endeavor. As the construction of the temple began, Hiram Abiff played a crucial role in overseeing the intricate details and ensuring the highest quality of craftsmanship. He supervised a team of skilled workers, artisans, and craftsmen, guiding them in the construction of the temple. Throughout the process, King Solomon and Hiram Abiff developed a deep bond of friendship and mutual respect. They shared their wisdom, exchanged ideas, and collaborated closely to bring the vision of the temple to life. Hiram's expertise and dedication greatly impressed King Solomon, and he came to rely on Hiram as a trusted advisor. You see, the story of Hiram Abiff took a tragic turn when he became the target of jealousy and greed. Three individuals, referred to as ruffians, consumed by their own insecurities, conspired against Hiram, demanding the secrets and knowledge he possessed. They sought to diminish his light and claim his power for their own. Hiram, guided by his inner strength and ancestral wisdom, refused to surrender his sacred knowledge to those who did not understand its true essence. In doing so, he represented the resilience and determination of indigenous people throughout history, who have had to protect and preserve their cultural heritage and ancestral wisdom in the face of adversity. Now, despite his refusal, Hiram became a victim of violence, a painful reminder of the struggles faced by indigenous Israelites and African people in a world that often seeks to silence their voices. His physical death symbolized the suppression of his brilliance and the attempts to erase his contributions. Thus, after his murder, Hiram Abiff's body was buried in a shallow grave. Later, he was discovered and given a proper burial by King Solomon and his fellow craftsmen. In some versions of the legend, Hiram Abiff is said to have been resurrected through the use of secret Masonic rituals. The narrative of Hiram Abiff and his ultimate fate holds multiple interpretations within Freemasonry. It serves as a moral lesson about the values of integrity, fidelity, and the pursuit of wisdom. The story is often used to illustrate the symbolic journey of a Mason and the trials and tests they must undergo to achieve personal growth and spiritual enlightenment. Question: what does all this mean, and why is it important to understand the significance of his story? Answer: the esoteric interpretation of the story delves into the inner journey of self-discovery and personal transformation. It explores the idea that the characters and events in a story represent aspects of individual psyche or consciousness. By understanding and integrating these symbolic elements, individuals can embark on a path of self-realization and inner growth. Now, the archetype patterns, the characters and events in a story are often seen as archetypal representations of universal patterns and principles. These archetypes reflect fundamental aspects of the human experience and a collective unconsciousness. Exploring the esoteric meaning of the story allows individuals to tap into these archetype energies, gaining insights into their own lives and the broader human conditions. Now, as far as the symbolic language of this demonstration, the esoteric interpretation of the story recognizes the power of symbols and symbolism as a means of conveying deeper truths and insights. Symbols have the ability to transcend language barriers, communication on a subconscious level. By deciphering the symbolic language employed in the story, individuals may unlock hidden meanings and gain a richer understanding of themselves and the world around them. Thus, you have a tradition of continuity. For those of us who follow esoteric tradition, the exploration of the story's esoteric meaning helps maintain a connection to their historical roots and the wisdom of their predecessors. It allows for the preservation and transmission of esoteric knowledge and the teachings from one generation to the next. So as always, in the Solomon's Temple, I leave you in peace with these powerful words. Once you are constantly aware of your morality, your spiritual search will be unwavering. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.